In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build and design powerful custom interfaces in Airtable, from understanding the core components to dragging and dropping your first fully functional page. Airtable is one of the most flexible tools out there for organizing work, and the interface designer lets you create a tailor-made experience for your team, so they only see exactly what they need in a layout that makes sense for them. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Let's begin by getting oriented with the core components of Airtable interfaces, because once you understand the building blocks, everything else falls into place. Think of an interface as a container, almost like an app folder. Inside that folder, you can have multiple pages, and each page acts like a different screen that your team can navigate between. For example, you might have one page that shows a calendar view of upcoming deadlines, another page that displays a simple list of active projects, and a third page with a form for submitting new requests. This structure is powerful because it lets you serve up very different perspectives on the same underlying data, depending on what each person needs to do. The key takeaway here is that an interface is not just one screen. It is a collection of pages, and you design each page with a specific purpose in mind. Now, once you start building a page, you have a choice between starting from scratch on a blank canvas or using one of the preset templates. Templates are a huge time saver and something I recommend for beginners. Airtable offers templates like Kanban boards for visualizing workflow stages, Gantt charts for timeline-based project planning, and calendar layouts for scheduling. A common pitfall I see people make is jumping straight into a custom build without first exploring these templates. Even if you only use a template as a starting point and then customize it heavily, you'll save yourself a lot of clicking and dragging. The blank canvas is great once you know exactly what you want, but the templates are designed by the Airtable team to follow best practices, so they're a fantastic learning tool as well. You can always switch between templates later or start fresh, so don't stress about making the perfect choice up front. Next, we get to the most fun part: adding elements. Once you have a page in front of you, whether it's a blank slate or a template, you can drag and drop UI components onto it. These elements are the actual interactive pieces your team will use. You have record pickers, which let people select a specific record from a table, text fields for adding labels or instructions, charts for visualizing data like counts over time, and even buttons that can trigger automations. One thing that trips up a lot of new users is not realizing that each of these elements can be made view-only or editable, depending on the user's role. That means you can create a page where a manager sees charts and summaries that are purely informational, while a team member sees the same page but with editable fields that let them update their progress. It's all controlled by permissions at the element level, so take a moment to explore the settings panel on the right when you select any element. That's where you'll find the toggle that says Allow Editing or View Only. As you build, keep in mind that the layout is entirely up to you. You can stack elements vertically, place them side by side, or even create a full-width header with a 2-column layout below. I recommend sketching out a rough wireframe on paper or in your head before you start dragging. Think about what the most important information is for the person using this page. Do they need to see a list of records first, or a chart showing overall progress? Lead with the most critical element. And don't be afraid to use spacing and dividers. A well-spaced page is much easier to scan than one where everything is crammed together. Airtable's interface designer gives you grid snapping, so elements will naturally align as you drag them. Use that to your advantage to keep everything clean and professional. One final expert tip: test your interface as a different user. After you've placed your elements and set permissions, click the Preview As button at the top of the interface designer. This lets you see exactly what someone with a specific role will see. It's the best way to catch a mistake where you accidentally left a field editable that should be locked, or where a chart is showing the wrong dataset. I always do this before sharing an interface with my team, and it saves me from confusion later. So, let's recap what you've just learned. You now know that an interface in Airtable is made up of pages that function like separate screens. You understand how to choose between a blank canvas or a preset template. And you know how to drag and drop elements like record pickers, text fields, and charts onto those pages, controlling who can edit or simply view them. This skill lets you build a custom workspace that is clean, focused, and tailored exactly to how your team works. As a next step, I'd encourage you to open your own base and try building a simple 2-page interface, maybe a list page and a calendar page, just to get the feel for it. If you ever get stuck, come back to this video and walk through the steps again. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.